Welcome everyone to the online version of our annual leadership and members meeting. Even though we are not able to meet in person, we want to celebrate and recognize this past year's accomplishments and welcome our 2020 and 2021 KyCPA board members. You will also hear from our outgoing president, Elizabeth Woodward, and our incoming president, Esther Thompson-Long. But before we begin our program and celebration, I want to recognize that this year has been difficult financially for many. For this reason, I want to bring awareness to the KyCPA Benevolent Fund. This fund provides short-term assistance for daily living expenses that some members may find difficult to meet due to unemployment, an accident affecting personal or family health, medical expenses exceeding insurance coverage, natural disasters, or the loss of a primary source of family income. The fund is available for all KyCPA members, and you can find out more information at kycpa.org/benevolentfund. I also want to thank our sponsors, Assured Partners and CPA Charge. Lane Heddick is your Assured Partners benefit advisor. Her contact information is on our website, kycpa.org, under the Member Benefits section. CPA Charge is built on AffiniPay technology and provides a simple, secure way to accept online payments. CPA Charge is offering for the month of June to all KyCPA members the first year of program fees for free if you sign up by June 30, 2020. Find details at cpacharge.com/KyCPA. And now it is my pleasure to introduce KyCPA's current president, Elizabeth Woodward. As Director of Forensics and Litigation Support with Dean Dorton, she leads the firm's forensic group specializing in bankruptcy, accounting matters, litigation support, and forensic accounting services. Not only is she a CPA, but she also has her certification in financial forensics and is a certified fraud examiner. She has served in several fiduciary roles, including Chief Restructuring Officer, Receiver, and Fee Examiner. She has acted as a compliance ethics monitor, independent monitor of a rural electric cooperative, reporting to 2 branches of the federal government, and has testified in state and federal courts. She teaches professional ethics frequently for Dean Dorton and the Kentucky Society of CPAs. Elizabeth also speaks on fraud prevention and detection and forensic accounting. In addition to her service on the Board of Directors and Executive Committee, she also has been actively involved with several other KyCPA committees, including the Audit Committee, Women's Initiatives, Nominations and Awards, Professional Ethics, and Emerging Professionals. Elizabeth is also a member of the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners and the American Institute of CPAs. She currently chairs the KyCPA FLS Committee. Before this, she served as chair on the KyCPA FVS Task Force and has served on the KyCPA Governing Council for the KyCPA. Elizabeth received the KyCPA FLS Volunteer of the Year Award in 2019 for her service leading the Fraud Task Force. Now it is my great pleasure to welcome your president for the next few minutes, Elizabeth Woodward.
Thank you, Darlene. I want to take this opportunity to thank Darlene and the entire Kentucky Society staff for their hard work and dedication. Even through the last few months of uncharted territory, they have risen to the occasion and continue to empower Kentucky CPAs. They do so much for us, their members, the public, and the CPA profession. We are now going to begin our annual members meeting portion of this program. I have truly enjoyed my year as president. I've especially enjoyed working with such an outstanding board of directors. They include Douglas Allen, Tony Ballback, Kayla Bonsuto, Mike Campbell, Heather Cochran, Jeffrey Griffith, Karen Creel, Melissa Maddox, Kevin Oakley, Becky Phillips, Jim Stevenson, Carol Shelton, and Esther Thompson-Long. I thank each of you for your service and leadership, and I have truly enjoyed working with you. A few of our board members' terms are ending, and so we want to thank them for their service to the society and to the profession. Douglas Allen, Mike Campbell, Heather Cochran, and Becky Phillips. And so it is in the spirit of service that we recognize those that have gone above and beyond in their role as committee chair this year. I am very excited that we have 3 individuals who are receiving the Outstanding Committee Award for their dedication. Renee Valadez, Chair of the Diversity and Inclusion Task Force, Alice Cowley, Chair of the Women's Initiative Task Force, and Jacqueline Badeau, Chair of the Educational Foundation Board of Trustees. Thank you for your service and dedication to the CPA profession. As my year as KyCPA is coming to an end, I want to convey what an honor it has been to serve in this role. The knowledge and insights that we share as colleagues to improve the CPA profession make a positive impact on each other, our clients, and businesses in Kentucky. I want to thank the many volunteers whose efforts are shaping the future of the society and our profession. Your tireless contributions, serving on a committee or task force, speaking to accounting students, contributing to the Educational Foundation and/or our PAC, facilitating a CPE event, and writing articles for the journal, all demonstrate how powerful your voice can be as an individual and as a whole. The powerful voice was exceptionally helpful as KyCPA staff and members worked together these past few months as many of Kentucky businesses were forced to close due to COVID-19. As our staff continued working just as hard or harder, they shifted from working in the office to working from home. The KyCPA staff transitioned our events quickly and effectively to a virtual platform. This included conferences, our Women's Networking event, the College to Accounting Professional University, and video recognition of the 2020 scholarship recipients, candidates, and new CPAs. There were numerous free online opportunities added, such as non-CPE programs, CFO roundtables, and multi-state emerging professionals networking events. The CPE department added numerous free webinars to address everything from mental health, SBA loans, HR issues brought on by the virus, and how to reopen your business. KyCPA Communications expanded the website to include a specific page to house updated COVID-19 related resources and information. Specific COVID-19 communications via email, social media, podcasts, video interviews, and presentations in the Kentucky CPA Journal were added to help members navigate their business and clients through several months of uncertainty. KyCPA is instrumental in Frankfort and lobbying at the federal level. KyCPA staff and members helped to make sure that accounting was declared an essential service, and that language in SBA 150 allowed the Department of Revenue to waive penalties and interest on taxes after April 15th. This is certainly a moment in time that KyCPA staff and members truly made and continue to make a difference to help Kentucky businesses and residents through financial decisions and strategies. In the coming year, we will have more hurdles to help Kentucky businesses and residents, and I'm confident that we will help lead the way. Now it is my pleasure to introduce you to your incoming president, Esther Thompson Long. Esther has been a CPA since 1997. She began her accounting career after graduating from the University of Evansville with a BS degree in accounting and a few years later with an MBA. She has worked most of her career in the utility industry. Esther is the manager of fuels accounting and administration at LG&E and KU Energy LLC. She is married to Sewell Long and has 1 daughter and 3 grandchildren. In her spare time, Esther loves cooking, gardening, traveling, and reading. She enjoys being part of the KyCPA, where she has volunteered on several committees and made numerous lifelong friends. In addition to her service on the board of directors and the executive committee, she has been actively involved with several other KyCPA committees, including Accounting Career Opportunities, Audit. She has served as co-chair of our CPE committee. Esther has been on the editorial board and has served on the Educational Foundation Board of Trustees. She has served on the executive committee of the board and leadership council. She has co-chaired the Members in Industry Conference served on the Membership Committee, the Natural Resources Committee, the Nomination and Awards Committee, and the Professional Ethics Committee. So we thank Esther for her past service, and we are very excited to welcome her as the 2021 president. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for the kind words and introduction. I want to personally thank you for your leadership over the past year. Your passion for the future of this profession is an inspiration to us all. I look forward to the upcoming year and to working with you and the entire board of directors. I would like to recognize your 2021 board members, many of whom are continuing in their service to the board, and some of whom are new to the board. Your executive committee includes Jim Stevenson, who will be the incoming secretary-treasurer, your new president-elect, Eric Scott. Elizabeth Woodward will be your immediate past president, returning board member Kevin Oakley, and new board member Adam Hancock. They join returning members of the board we've already introduced, including Tony Ballback, Kayla Bonsuto, Jeffrey Griffith, Karen Creel, Melissa Maddox, and Carol Shelton. And I'd also like to introduce you to the other new members of our board, Jake Brock, Olivia Davis, and Stephen Hart. Welcome, 2021 board and leadership team. The 2021 board members will be featured in the next issue of the Kentucky CPA Journal that will be available online in early July on our website, KyCPA.org, in the news section, and the printed version will arrive at your desk early in August. The next issue of the journal will also focus on diversity and inclusion. The main article is entitled Diversity and Inclusion, A Conversation We Must Have, and it is written by Harold T. Little, Jr., a member of the Diversity and Inclusion Task Force. Harold is a retired accounting college educator and has a PhD and is a CPA. He has been a KyCPA member since 2000 and served on several other committees and the board of directors. The Diversity and Inclusion Task Force has used the mantra, include everyone, exclude no one, in deciding what diversity and inclusiveness should look like for Kentucky. In 2019, the task force began the development of a 4-phase process to provide recommendations to promote not only diversity of the profession and inclusion of underrepresented groups, but that will also increase the percentage of these individuals studying, pursuing, and remaining in the accounting profession. This 4-phase plan is described in detail in this upcoming journal. I encourage you to read over it carefully and to participate. The first call to action and to implement phase 1, the task force designed a survey to gather data from CPAs working in Kentucky. The survey asked for opinions on 4 primary areas. First, diversity, inclusion, and corporate culture. 2, discrimination and harassment. 3, group member importance. And 4, evaluation and promotion process. While these are topics that could be surveyed and examined individually, the task force feels a preliminary collection of data is a vital first step. The survey is brief and will only take a few minutes to complete. You will receive the survey in August via email. In the article, Harold states, the reality is that as the CPA profession falls behind in creating a diverse and inclusive environment, other professionals are thriving because of it. With your support through survey participation, creating a dialogue, and recognizing our unconscious bias, we'll begin to make strides toward a profession that is a true reflection of our population. Thank you, Harold, and the Diversity and Inclusion Task Force for the work you are doing to create a dialogue, identifying areas of concern and recommendations to address identified areas of concern so that everyone is included and no one is excluded. In the interest to create a space for more dialogue, KyCPA membership now includes Member Meetup. Member Meetup is a place where KyCPA members may participate in online discussions regarding the following topics of interest: accounting and auditing, business management, COVID-19 topics, management of accounting practice, open forum, and tax. Members may meet up at meetup.kycpa.org. I want to share a personal story with you today before I close. My daughter Abigail was 7 years old when I started studying for the CPA exam. I was determined to pass the entire exam on the first try, and I studied 2 hours every weeknight after Abigail went to bed and every Saturday. Sunday was the only day I took off. Abigail saw how hard I was studying and asked me if she could help. She was just learning to read pretty well, so I told her she could quiz me on my flashcards on our way to drop her off at school. When I found out I had passed the exam, I was so happy. When I picked her up from school that day, I showed her the scores and told her I had passed the exam. She got the biggest grin on her face, and she turned to me and held out her hand and said, "Let me shake the hand of a CPA." So in this socially distanced world we live in now, instead of shaking their hand, when you leave this meeting and run into another CPA, be sure and let them know that you are proud that they are a CPA. To conclude our annual members meeting, I want to say happy birthday to the Kentucky Society of CPAs. Today, 96 years ago, Kentucky CPAs came together and submitted articles of incorporation, and the KyCPA was born. I'm looking forward to an exciting year as president, starting with today and celebrating KyCPA's 96th birthday with a video message from KyCPA staff. I look forward to this year as your 2021 KyCPA president. It's a great honor, and thank you.